55%. I repeat, 55% of the candidates in the US don't even try to negotiate their salary after receiving their initial job offer. Now again, this is not due to them not having any leverage, not having any experience, a bad economy. This is them not choosing to even negotiate a higher salary. So today, I will talk to you about salary negotiations, what happens if you don't do it, and how to effectively navigate your way through a much higher salary than what you were originally offered. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Harris Khan, and over here, we're all about practical interview, job, and career tips. So if you're a new grad, midway through your career, or even an experienced professional, consider subscribing for actionable content, and also like this video if you find it helpful. Now, over the years, I've discovered many candidates believe they absolutely have no bargaining power when it comes to salary negotiations. Fresh graduates coming right out of college believe since they don't have any experience, they don't have any leverage. Experienced professionals sometimes are stuck in their miserable job with low confidence, and they'll do anything to get out of that job. So they'll take the first offer that is offered to them. But believe me, these are not good enough reasons to not negotiate for a higher pay. But let's take a look at it from the other side. The hiring company has invested a lot of time and even resources to interview you, to look at your file, to look at your application. The HR rep has spent numerous hours scheduling interviews, reviewing resumes. The hiring manager has taken time out of their busy schedule to talk to you, to look at your file. So they are invested in the candidate as well. Therefore, before continuing on, let's keep that in mind. So what happens if you decide not to negotiate the job offer? So there's going to be a couple of reasons which I want to cover today why you do want to negotiate and why you don't want to miss out. Number one, due to compounding, you will actually lose out financially more than you think. So let's quickly take a look at this chart I threw together in Google Docs just to show the difference, a small difference in the initial increase in salary can make over the years. Now imagine two people. They both received job offers initially for $70,000. Person one did not negotiate, decided to accept the offer as is. Person two decided to negotiate and got a 10% increase, meaning they received a $77,000 salary, a base salary starting off. Now let's say they receive a 7% increment or an increase to their base salary every year for the next 15 years. So as you can see, by year 5, person 1 who decided not to negotiate is making $98,000, while person 2 is making $108,000. As you can see, the difference gets bigger by year 10, and by year 15, the difference goes to $20,000. And remember, this is not taking into account any career or job jumps that you make in your career that can sometimes even bump your salary up 20%. And that 20% bump is based off of your base pay in your previous job. Now, something else that you lose out on when you don't negotiate your initial job package are non-monetary benefits and perks. For example, if you decide to negotiate, maybe you didn't receive a salary that you were looking for, but you received a higher vacation package, more tuition stipend, and other benefits. Okay, so by now, I'm hoping I've convinced you to negotiate that salary that you have just been offered. But how to proceed? Here are 4 top proven tips. Number 1, don't accept the first offer. Remember, the first offer they have given you is not their last. When you first receive the offer, don't rush to reply to them and just say, yes, I want the job, yes, I accept. Take some time. First, send them a thank you note, a thank you email. Tell them you would like 24 to 48 hours to respond back. Now, the decision should obviously be your counteroffer, but this buys you some time to do your own research. Maybe look at the industry trends, how much a person with your experience in that location is being paid. Maybe talk to some people that work in a similar company or that company. Also, it gives you time to think hard about other factors like relocation, the medical packages, vacation package, and how the decision itself will affect your family and your work-life balance. I remember when I was a fresh graduate right out of college going for my first job, when I received my first job offer, I was actually afraid initially to actually respond and counteroffer, because you feel when you're new that what if I respond back and they don't like that and they take the offer back. But remember, you've impressed them enough for them to offer you a role in their company and offer you a job. So don't be afraid of doing the counteroffer. The job that has been offered to you is yours. They're not going to take it back just because you countered. Number 2, decide your walk away figure. Now, before you even respond and think of how to counter the offer, you need to think of your worst case scenario. This will be the figure that if they offer you, you cannot accept because financially it will not make sense to you. This is important so you don't end up wasting your time. Also, decide on a nice to have figure. This is the figure that if they offer you this, you can potentially and possibly accept if the other parts of the package like vacation and other non-monetary benefits do impress you. And again, don't just come up with these numbers randomly. Do your own research, talk to people, use one of the websites I've linked down in the description below to do your research and come up with these numbers for a better response. Tip number 3, come to the negotiation table with facts and evidence, not feelings on what you should be paid. The hiring company will actually take your considerations more seriously if you provide them justification. The HR rep and the hiring manager will strive more to give you that extra 10 to 15% when you've backed up your claim with evidence, research, and justification on why you should be paid that much. Listing your experience and technical background and asking for that 10% increment to your base salary sounds much better than simply saying in an email, "Can I get an extra 10% bump?" Some people at times are actually afraid that they'll come across as arrogant when asking for more money. But justifying your financial worth to the company is anything but. So here is an example counteroffer letter that I wrote for you to use next time when you have to counter a company's offer. So this is the counteroffer email template that I want to share with you today. And in here you can see I start off by thanking them and then I go into what kind of salary I was expecting. I say I was expecting a higher base salary, somewhere close to $125,000 annually. I also state the research that I have done and say what is the average salary in that location, and that's why I was expecting it. So you see, we used industry research, emphasized my own experience to justify that higher salary, and also showed them the value that I will bring if they hire me. I also talk about how excited I am to join the team, and that I genuinely am passionate about joining the company. So using these 3 elements will help them objectively analyze your counteroffer and happily consider it, all while you or me sounding pretty reasonable. The last and the final tip for today is make it clear to them that you want this position, that you are passionate about accepting this job offer and working at this company. Also, give them a little hint that you are comparing and contemplating other offers from other company, but you prefer to work in this company if they can meet your financial and benefits requirement. Sometimes candidates come off as solely money hungry and not passionate about the mission or nature of the company. You don't want to do that. When the company genuinely feels that you are interested and excited to join the team, to work with the team and the managers there, they're more willing to actually bump up your salary and give you a better benefits package, since they see you as a serious prospect who can bring value to the company. So these were the 4 top tips which have been proven effective not just in my corporate career, but numerous people I know. Get great counter offers accepted and go for that 6-figure salary. And a bonus tip in the end is that sometimes companies will offer you a sign-on bonus instead of a higher salary or the salary that you wanted. But I have always preferred a higher salary than a sign-on bonus. And the reason for that is you've seen the chart that I showed you, how much difference yearly increments of 4, 5, or even like 6% can make 5 or 10 years down the line. If you are being hesitant in sending that counteroffer email, I hope my video today helped you and convinced you to send that counteroffer and made you more comfortable for this very important process. And now that you've hopefully started your new job, check out my video in the link above on how to succeed in the first 30 days. As always, thanks for watching.